Good afternoon. Sayyatapi bhikkhave Sariputta Moggallano Bhajata bhikkhave Sariputta Moggallano Pandita bhikkhu Sariputta Moggallano Anugrahaka Sabbrahmachari Nan. What I repeated is a verse or part of verse of the Buddha. Dear novice monks and our upasikas, the topic that I have chosen to discuss the Dhamma matters with you, the two chief disciples of the Buddha. The two chief disciples of the Buddha, by name they are Venerable Sariputta and Venerable Moggallana. Do you know them? Venerable Moggallana and Venerable Sariputta. We have to associate them. We have to follow them because they are Kalyana Mittas, erudite monks. Both Venerable Sariputta and Maha Moggallana, they have a noble mind, they assist their fellow monks, colleagues, and the people around them. The Buddha appreciated them. He appreciated their spiritual qualities and emphasizes this matter, saying that they are qualities. The two chief disciples of the Buddha, when I say like that, how do you imagine Venerable Sariputta and Venerable Moggallana? How do you imagine them? Anybody? Have you seen them? That is what I expected. I wanted to know whether you have gone to Vihara first. In the Vihara, on the right hand of the Buddha, the white, we'll use the word yellowish color, the monk that represents Venerable Sariputta. On the left hand of the Buddha, the monk who is standing there looking at the Buddha, blue color, like the color of blue lotus, that is Venerable Moggallana. Yeah. Why do we depict their pictures on the walls behind the Buddhas? Sometimes we build their statues there. Why? You can say they are highest disciples. We have 4 types of the disciples of the Buddha. They are arahants, of course. They are arahants. Who are the 4 types of bhikkhu, disciples in Buddha's order? Bhikkhu, bhikkhuni, upasaka, upasika. Who comes first? Bhikkhu. Bhikkhus are prioritized by the Buddha. So, among the bhikkhus, or if there are ordained male disciples, ordained and male, remind. If there are male disciples or the bhikkhus, among them, these Venerable Sariputta and Moggallana become the foremost monks or the chief disciples. Chief disciples of the Buddha. Then, next to the Buddha in his order, Venerable Sariputta is the first. Next to the Buddha in his order, in the hierarchy, so the Sariputta, Venerable Sariputta comes first. He is the leader of the monks, male ordained disciples. Then Venerable Moggallana comes, first or second? Second. That's why we call them the 2 chief disciples of the Buddha. Understand? You see, there are monks in Buddha's order. Venerable Anya Kondanya is the first arahant and first monk. Then Venerable Kondanya, Vappa, Badhya, Mahanama and Asaji, there are 5 ascetics and the 5 arahants. They are there, and also the first missionary groups also there. While there are so many arahants in Buddha's order, why does the Buddha appoint junior 2 monks as chief disciples? The Buddha appointed them while there are so many senior arahants. What's the reason? I think like that. And also the monks during that time raised the same question. Same question. There are monks senior than them. The reason is they have dedicated their sansaric life wishing to be chief disciples of a Buddha. They have wished, they have determined throughout their sansaric life to become the chief disciples of the Buddha. Previously, there was a Buddha called Padumottara. What is the name? Padumottara. when you recite the Buddha's names of the 28 Buddhas, you go to the Bodhi tree, go around the Bodhi tree, read the names of the Buddhas. There you see there is a Buddha called Padumottara. What is the name? Venerable monks during his time were receiving the titles from the Buddha. The Buddha Padumottara, he was awarding the titles to the monks. Then he was appointing the two chief disciples of in his order. There were two young men. They saw this and they invited Buddha to come to their houses and attend the dana, and the Buddha accepted their invitation, attended the dana throughout the 7 days or for a week. They did all the meritorious things. Having seen that incident in a future, in one of the Buddha's order, immediately may we become the chief disciples. From that point, they dedicated their lifetime throughout the samsaric life. They determined, they practiced morality, and they could complete the 10 perfections. When our Buddha attained the enlightenment, they were born in this world, in India. Venerable Sariputta was born to Brahmin Upatis and Brahmin woman Sari. They are the parents, they are the couples. As their elder son, he was born. So he was named as Upatissa because of the father's name. And some introduce him as Sariputta, as he is the son of the Brahmin woman Sari. The couple was the leader of the Brahmin village called Gnanaloka in India during that time. So Venerable Sariputta was born as their eldest son. The couple got 7 children. Then Venerable Moggallana was born as Kolitha in near village or next village of Gnanaloka village in India. So the both families were very close friends. They were very close friends. So as he is the son of the Brahmin Kolitha and Brahmin woman Moggallana, so he was named as Kolitha. Some said him Moggallana, Moggali Putta. Moggali is the name of the mother. During that time, from that time, we had the tradition of taking the names of the parents. I think you also take the names of the parents. Like that, the same incident happened. These two families, the family of Venerable Sariputta, family of Venerable Moggallana, they were close friends and the leaders of their respective villages. Thereafter, what happened? They meet every day, they meet every time, discuss so many things. They were having comfortable life in the villages. So, once both of them visited a festival called Giragga Samajja. Giragga Samajja. So I was finding the meaning of the Giragga Samajja always. The Giragga word, I got another meaning. Gihiyagga Giragga. That means I don't agree with that meaning. Gihiyagga Giragga, that means related to the lay life or the performed by the lay people. Samajja means Samaja, the society or community, or related to village. Can you understand? Related to the village. But the correct meaning is Giri means the mountain. Agga means the edge. So you think you go to the down floor, the hall, Asoka hall, there is a stage. That is in a higher level, higher place. Why do we locate a stage on a higher place? When you sit down, if you want to watch something, whatever you watch, you should watch carefully and clearly. That's why we set up a stage. In the same manner, on higher places in the village, they just made stages and played different things, maybe drama, singing songs, and festivals related to the village or community. It can happen in the level of village, or in the sense of family festivals, or in the sense of community, ethnicity. You see, you all are Chinese people. Sometimes you have lion dance. You play lion dance that is related to your community. But people would like to watch that. When you play, there can be a space for them, maybe on a higher level or whatever. We just separate a specific place for that. In the same manner, during that time, when people gather around that, the stage was set up on a higher place. That's why that is called Giragga. So on the top of a small mountain in the village, they prepare or they arrange a stage and they play something related to the community. Maybe it can be a drama, it can be a singing song, or whatever communal practices related to the lay life. Why? Samajja, Giragga Samajja. The Samajja, the word we use because remember there were two different societies during that time in India. One is the lay society, the other one is the society of the monks or ascetics. There were lots of traditions of the ascetics. So ascetics practice meditation. They try to find out something new. They were free from those communal practices. But the lay people engage in those practices. That's why we use Giragga Samajja as a specific term to introduce some kind of festivals related to lay community, lay people's community. So these two young men, Upatis and Kolita, they attended those ceremonies to watch them. But one day, when they were watching, others others sing songs, they do dances and whatever they try to engage in. But these two young men, even though they are physically there, mentally they do not stay there. They were away from that. Remember, we use the term Durangamang eka charang asarirang guhasya. I think previously the people who did the Dhamma talks, they repeated the verse. Your body is here physically, but your mind is not here. Your mind is going here and there. In the same manner, physically they were there, but mentally they were not. They were thinking. Young man Upatissa were thinking about that. Kolita was observing his friends. Then he decided to talk to him and told, "What are you thinking?" Then he says, "These types of practices provide temporary happiness. It can end once the incidents or the festivals end." Remember, in the life, if you practice something, if you sing a song, if you watch a drama or YouTube or whatever, your happiness can end once the show is ending. Is it permanent happiness? Is it fruitful? Is it useful? Once you end up those practices, maybe watching TV, watching YouTube, singing songs, listening to song or whatever, once you finish the activity, you end up, you enjoy. You end up how you enjoy, your enjoyment you over there at the moment. So the happiness you earn is temporary. In the same manner, all the things in a life provide temporary happiness for all the individuals. Provide the happiness for all the individuals, but they are temporary, part of temporary happiness. Again, you back to normal practices. You raise anger, you raise jealousy, you raise hatred, or whatever. Then what happened? Do you purify your mind? No. You don't have any permanent or ultimate happiness in the life. Yep. So, Upatissa was thinking of that. Then Upatissa again asks, in return from Kolita, "What are you thinking?" "I also think the same thing, brother." And see the noble brotherhood. Noble brotherhood. I also feel the same thing. And once they were discussing those matters, their priority was thinking about the permanent happiness. They think this type of dramas like Giragga Samaja can provide temporary happiness, but they cannot stop old age in rebirth and also death. So we suffer a lot. What is this suffering? If there is a suffering, no permanent happiness. That was their conclusion. They decided to go to different teachers in India to learn. There was a famous teacher called Sanjaya. Sanjaya, they went to him, they learned different things, and they earned the knowledge completely from Sanjaya. At the end, they think there is nothing. Who thinks? Kolita and Upatis and Kolita. Upatis and Kolita think like that. Once they understood there is nothing from teacher Sanjaya, they have to go out and learn what they need. They became the wanderers. They said, we go on different paths. If you found the truth, the person who found the truth first should inform either one. When they go like in that way, so Sanjaya, they left Sanjaya and went to find the truth. Upatis met one Arahant called Assaji. Who is this Assaji? Panchavagya Bhikkhu, remember? Kondanya, Vappa, Badhya, Mahanama, Assaji. He met. Then Upatissa observed his pleasant appearance and everything, followed him and told, if you know something, please let us know, please teach us your doctrine. Then Venerable Assaji, Arahant Assaji said, Ye Dhamma Hetu Pabhava Tesan Hetu Tathagato. In that way, the fully stanza does not come to my mind. So, once he heard the two lines of the verses, he became Sotapanna. And he respected Venerable Assaji and got the information about his teacher. There is a person called Buddha in this world. For the first time, Upatissa heard the word Buddha in his life. And he lives in the Jetavana monastery in Savatthi. In Savatthi he lives. He is our teacher. He knows how to detach from the attachment. He knows how to eradicate the roots of defilements. So that's all I know. So you can come to the great master, the Lord Buddha Gautama, and learn from him. Then he said goodbye to Venerable Assaji and to save the promises, and he just began to find his friend Kolita, and finally he met. And what happened? He taught what Venerable Assaji said, and both decided to go to visit the Buddha and met the Buddha. Then they were listening to the Buddha's talk. Later on, they were ordained and became Arahants. I just told the story in brief. However, Venerable Assaji was the teacher of Venerable Sariputta. So, Upatissa was ordained and renamed as Sariputta. Why? Son of Sari. Kolita was ordained and renamed as Moggallapitiye. Why? Yes, Moggallapitiye, Kolita. He is the son of the Brahmin woman Moggali. That's how Venerable Sariputta and Venerable Moggallana came to the Buddha's order. Then what happened? Their former teacher Sanjaya, once he got the news, these two ascetics left him, and also some of his disciples also followed them. Once he got the news, he was upset. Venerable Sariputta and Venerable Moggallana, they went to see Sanjaya, ascetic Sanjaya, and informed, we found the truth. This is the truth. This is taught by Lord Buddha. They inform. Once they hear the news, what happened is, Sanjaya gets shocked and says, raising his pride, I cannot be a small cup of providing water, because I have become a big basin to carry the water. So that means I have been a great teacher for many disciples, many disciples. Having become such a resource, so I cannot be a student of another teacher. So he got shocked and he died actually. So such kind of incidents have happened. At that moment, it shows the gratitude of Venerable Sariputta and Moggallana. If they have learned something related to ascetic life or eradicating defilements or finding truth, once they found the reality, they inform their fellows and the teachers, whatever you teach, that is not good, that is not the truth, this is the truth. As grateful people, they try to teach the previous teacher, but if he is not ready to listen to their disciples and go beyond that, they have nothing to do, they have to leave. They have to leave. This is the first lesson we have to learn from the life of Venerable Sariputta and Venerable Moggallana, because if we think of Sanjaya's side, so someone can define them, they are not grateful, they left their teacher, when they have something new, they go from this place to that place. That doesn't mean gratefulness. If you go to a teacher or whoever, whatever you expect in terms of ending the sansaric journey, or the ultimate happiness, if they cannot teach, you don't need to stay there. So you have to find the way of ending of the sansaric circle as a human being. As a human being, no need to wait for them. You can teach them, you can guide them. If they don't follow, you have to think of yourself and go beyond that. So Venerable Sariputta and Moggallana are prominent in that case. So in describing their two characters, I thought of describing their Sila and Samadhi Prajna, Sila, Samadhi and Prajna. So whatever I said, Venerable Sariputta, later on, they were appointed as the two chief disciples of the Buddha. among the bhikkhus, and Venerable Sariputta was given another appointment or title as the foremost monk in wisdom, Panya. In Buddhism, there are two terms. One is Dhamma Raja, the other one is Dhamma Senadhipati. What are the two terms? I need to hear the voices from here. Dhamma Raja and Dhamma Senadhipati. So, Dhamma Raja is the blessed one, the Buddha. Dhamma means the Dhamma, Raja means the king. King of the Dhamma is the Buddha. Dhamma Senadhipati, Senadhipati means the commander. Commander. Dhamma means the Dhamma. The commander in the Dhamma, that is Venerable Sariputta. Who is the treasurer of Dhamma? Oh my God. What a nice upasika you are. Do you know that Dhamma treasury? Venerable Ananda. We say him Dhamma Bhandagarika. Then Dhamma Senadhipati. You see, your king can be the commander-in-chief, but you have army commander, navy commander, air force commander, something like that. The commander in the Dhamma is Venerable Sariputta. Remember, the king of the Dhamma is the Buddha. The commander in the Dhamma is Venerable Sariputta. If there is a commander in the Dhamma in this world, there is only one person, that is Venerable Sariputta only. That is Venerable Sariputta only. So, son of Brahmin couple Upatis and Sari, already you know that. And Venerable Sariputta and Venerable Maha Moggallana, they are representations of moral discipline, mental cultivation and wisdom. So, Venerable Maha Moggallana, he has become the foremost monk in extraordinary physics power, Iddhi. Iddhi. We say physical power, extraordinary physical powers. Someone can say miracle powers. And Venerable Sariputta is the foremost in wisdom. He is the chief disciples among the wise monks, and also he is the commander in the Dhamma, and also the first chief disciple of the Buddha. Venerable Moggallana is the foremost in extraordinary physics power, and also he is the second chief disciples of the Buddha. That's why in every vihara we build up the statues of two chief disciples, Venerable Sariputta and Venerable Maha Moggallana. Have you seen in any vihara we have built the two chief female disciples of the Buddha? No. No. We don't we don't build the statues of Kema and Utpalavanna, two female chief disciples. And among the lay devotees, lay males, Anathapindika is the first person, and Visakha Upasika is the first woman. Why? They were receiving these positions because of the dedication they have done for the Buddha's order and their previous meritorious powers. So in the Buddha's order, next to the Buddha, if there is a powerful person, that is the two chief disciples. Two chief disciples. Yeah, our temple also. We got, that is, there is a doctrinal matter in this regard, not to insult the woman. I'll explain that one also. If you want to become a Buddha, you should have a male life. Male life. The truth I am revealing. Don't get angry. Then if you want to become a Chakravarti Raja, so you have to have a male life. That is another topic. I'll come to that one later. Yeah. So, if you want to become a Pacheka Buddha or an individual Buddha, so you have to have a male life. And if you want to become the two chief disciples among the monks, monks are always prioritized in Buddha's order, you have to have a male life. So talking about women, whether they can have a male life or another life, that is another topic. To satisfy you, I give one answer, yes you can. If you wish to become a Buddha or whoever, so you can determine, you can do practices, and naturally with the maturity of your meritorious bank, when you fill your meritorious bank, on the basis of that you will have such life. That's all. So becoming a woman or man, that is another topic we have to discuss separately, not under this. And this is my ethical framework that I am going to talk with you. So if we analyze a Buddhist character, so we have to highlight their noble qualities. If you want to analyze a character in terms of, we will say, a monk or nun or lay devotee or whoever. For an example, we will say Bhante Kondanya is there. If you want to talk about Bhante Kondanya, we don't talk about his physical appearance. We talk about his sila, ethical conduct, we should appreciate, and samadhi, mental discipline, how he replies to others, and also his wisdom. These are the three elements that we use to define the characters of monks, nuns, upasaka and upasika. This is one of them. And also, there is another framework. You can analyze a character in terms of the character. That means the raga charita, dosa charita, moha charita, saddha charita, like that. And also another one, we can describe a character in terms of alobha, adosa and amoha. According to Buddhism. Alobha, adosa and amoha. That's how we just understand people according to Buddhism. According to Buddhism. If there is alobha, no craving. No craving, person can dedicate anything for you. If there is adosa, I'm sure there is no jealousy or hatred. Moha means, amoha means no ignorance. In that way, we can use some doctrinal frameworks to describe the characters in Buddhism. If you think of the two chief disciples of the Buddha, Venerable Sariputta and Venerable Moggallana, this is one of the best ethical framework to introduce their characters to the other people. We have to talk about their ethical conduct, their mental discipline or wisdom, Sila, Samadhi and Panya. So Sila is defined as the behaviors, verbal behaviors and bodily behaviors. Samadhi is defined as mental discipline, how you control your emotions, feelings, attitudes. And Panya means wisdom, how you understand others or the world. You see, Sila, observance of moral disciplines, humility, and also compassion, interactions with others, something like that. When we come back to the character of Venerable Sariputta and Venerable Moggallana, all the characteristics in their life, we have to talk in terms of Sila, Samadhi and Panya, nothing else. They are the characters who are full of Sila, Samadhi and Panya. You have become novice monks having observed the 10 precepts of the Samanera Dasa Sila, is it? Yes. You have become Upasikas having observed the 10 precepts. We have different types of the precepts. Beginning from the 5 precepts, what are the others? I cannot hear. 8 precepts, 9 precepts, 10 precepts, Samanera Dasasikkapadam, that means the precepts of the novice monks, and the Upasampada Sila, the precepts of the higher ordained monks. So there is nothing than that. So you think, when you come back to 8 precepts, what are the 8 precepts? What are the 8 precepts? Why do we observe 8 precepts? What are the 8 precepts? The answer is the 8 precepts are the characteristics of the Arahants. 8 precepts means the 8 behaviors of the Arahants in their daily life. That is called Arya Attangika Sila. What is called? Arya Attangika Sila. Arya means the Arahants, Attangika means the 8 behaviors, Sila means the observance. So lay people observed 8 precepts, 8 behaviors. Those 8 behaviors belong to Arahants, they are daily practices, daily behaviors. You go to Visakhopposatha Sutta, there are 3 types of observances: Gopalaka Uposatha, Nigantuposatha and Aryoposatha. Gopalaka Uposatha means the person who is taking care of cows. What he does is, early in the morning come to the working place, take the cows and go to the paddy fields or wherever, let them eat food, and in the evening again take them to the place. He is taking care of someone's property. Milk or anything that you take from the cows, they don't belong to the person. Owner is there. That is called Gopalaka Uposatha. Gopalaka means the ruler of the cows. Nigantuposatha means another type of ascetics. What they do is, on full moon days, they come to the temple and observe precepts. In the evening, they leave the temple, again come back to the normal life. They do violence or whatever. Temporarily they save or abstain from those practices, bad practices. Again come back to bad practices. Aryoposatha means the behaviors of the Arahants. The behaviors of the Arahants, they are, for an example, you see, you observe an Arahant, you understand their behaviors. In the characters of the Arahants, there are 8 factors. So 8 behaviors, they abstain from killing or injuring living beings. They abstain from, you can repeat, stealings. They abstain from sexual misconduct. They abstain from telling lies. They abstain from taking alcohol or intoxications. In that way, there are 8 behaviors. Aryatangika Uposatha Sila means, or the 8 precepts means the behaviors of Arahants, according to the suttas. So these behaviors we copy, we practice. We copy and we practice. That is called the observance of the Sila. Why? Why do we copy and practice? One day, what do you want to do? You want to become an Arahant. You want to become an Arahant. To become an Arahant, what do you have to do? You have to practice the behaviors of the Arahant. For an example, you think you are a person who want to get a driving license. So you go to the government office and do you ask, I came to get driving license, these are my biography, give me the license. Can you take? Can you take the license? 100 ringgit. What do you have to do? You have to practice driving. You have to go to driving schools first. If you want to become a doctor, you go to the medical faculty, this is my biography. Give me the certificate of doctor. Can you do like that? No, you have to go for a training. Can you understand? There is a training to become a doctor, to become a driver. So always you don't do the training, You select or you choose the time, affordable time, suitable time, and sometimes you have to dedicate and you have to go through difficulties in the program to become a driver, to become a doctor. So you will manage carefully. Once you become an expert in managing everything related to a life of a driver or practice of a driver or a doctor, in those programs or through those programs, what happened? Finally, they will decide whether you can drive a vehicle carefully on the road, whether you know the parts of the driving or the vehicle, whether you know the ethics, whether you know how to save the lives or everything. Once you get a training, so you will be entitled as a driver with the training. In the same manner, if you want to become an arahant, before becoming an arahant, you have to undergo a training. You have to follow a training. You have to complete a course. So, if you want to become an arahant, you need to copy their behaviors and train yourself as an arahant, at least temporary. Becoming a upasika or upasaka or novice monk or a monk, fully ordained monk or whoever, we copy certain types of sila and try to train ourselves to become an arahant. So Venerable Sariputta and Venerable Maha Moggallana, they are indeed arahants and the two chief disciples. Throughout the sansaric journey, from the beginning of the time where they meet Buddha Padumottara Buddha, from that point up to this level, they were training throughout sansaric journey how to become an arahant, how to become a chief disciple by way of body and speech. By way of body and speech, mind is not related to sila. So, they were ethically behaved and completed all the requirements. Because of that, they are prominent among the disciples as the chief arahants, fully arahants, and powerful arahants. That's why, as an arahant, he became more powerful in terms of wisdom. Venerable Sariputta, and he became the command in the Dhamma. Command in the Dhamma, because he completed all the things throughout the sansaric journey. So he practiced sila. Venerable Moggallana, he completed all the requirements and he is just second to the Buddha only in terms of the extraordinary physical powers or the miracle powers, Iddhi Bala, because he completed all the requirement by way of speech and body. So their sila is prominent and visible. Their sila is prominent and visible. Now you think, when we compare with them, where we are? Where we are? I am talking about these characters because on one hand, to show the depth of the sansaric journey. On the other hand, we have to do lots of things, unlimited. We have to dedicate our a lifetime to observe Sila and practice them. Those are the examples that we have to take from the characters of the two chief disciples. So, in comparison to their characters, so who we are? Who we are is smaller than that. Is smaller than that. So, we are at the beginning of our sansaric journey to end of sansaric life, to end up the suffering. So if you choose a life of a monk, so that's great. You have to take the examples from Venerable Sariputta, what you have to do. Venerable Moggallana, I'm talking about together, them together. So that's the way. So Venerable Sariputta's life, Venerable Moggallana's life, both are representations of the foundations of the ethical background throughout the sansaric journey. Throughout the sansaric journey, they have never dropped practice of the Sila. They have copied the behaviors of the Arahants during that time and began to cultivate those behaviors internally and externally. At the end, they could become the chief disciples and Arahants in the Gautama Buddha's order. That is so important in terms of Sila. In terms of Samadhi, their mental emotions, how they control their mentality, very important to understand their characters. So their attitudes, emotions, feelings, how they control them, that is called Samadhi. If someone control their emotions, attitudes, feelings in a positive way, that is a part of Samadhi. Venerable Sariputta, one example, he was ready to go on a visit with monks. He paid respects to the Buddha and left with the monks. On the way, again he receives a message from the Buddha to return to monastery again. Come back again. Buddha orders him. Did he get angry? What he did? Returned to the monastery and respected the Buddha and never questioned, why did you call me? Come back. Why did you say come back? I told you earlier I am going these ways and I want to visit these areas with my monks. So why did you stop me? Did he question like that? Is it? No, we shouldn't. So no tolerance. So Venerable Sariputta again went to see the Buddha and respected and was sitting beside. Then what happened? Buddha began to talk. There was a monk there. Sariputta, is it true you have insulted this monk? You have beaten this monk? This monk says, complain. He brings the complaints telling that you have beaten him, you have insulted him. Is it true? Then Venerable Sariputta respected the Buddha and began to tell not about that monk. He never talked about that monk. He talked about his spiritual qualities, what he practiced. Dear Blessed One, my dear teacher, from the time I became your disciple, I did these things. I never raised my anger, I never raised my hatred, I never raised my jealousy. I controlled them. I eradicated those defilements. I never insulted anybody, something like that. He just explained what he did in this order. At the end, that monk is there. The Buddha says, dear Sariputta, please forgive that monk, stupid monk. If you don't forgive him, his head would be broken into 7 pieces. Because of your spiritual basement is higher than him. He tells lies. Then that monk was very afraid of that, and what happened? Then he begged pardon and say, my dear teacher Buddha, please forgive me. Dear Venerable Sariputta, forgive me. I told lies because when I was going with you, I just came to appear in front of you, never called me. You never told my name. You just talked to other venerables, addressing them by their name. They talk. I thought you also will prioritize me and you will address me by my name and give a priority, at least little concern. I never received, so I became upset. I just did this false complaint to the Buddha to insult you, so forgive me. So forgive me, his word. Then Buddha said, please Venerable Sariputta, forgive him. Then what he said? Dear Blessed One, I have already forgiven. I have already forgiven him. And you see, who did the wrong thing? Who did the mistake? That monk. But from that monk also, Venerable Sariputta request, dear Bhante, please forgive me also. That monk is the person who should ask for the forgiveness. But Venerable Sariputta asks for the forgiveness, saying that forgive me also. You see, who he is to request forgiveness from this ordinary monk? The monk who complained against him, wrong one, false one, without any fault. But Venerable Sariputta could control his emotions, feelings, with calmness and happy mind without raising anger or thing. That is a main characteristic of an arahant or a noble disciple of the Buddha who follows his teaching. Practicality, the practice of the Dhamma. Practically, he uses the Dhamma in the life to control the mind. And being very, very humble, he requests the forgiveness from that monk also. This is the way he practiced samadhi. This is the way he practiced samadhi. That is Venerable Sariputta. In case of Venerable Moggallana, he just only second to the Buddha only in terms of physics power. He can turn up and down this earth, this world. Remember, such a powerful arahant, Venerable Moggallana. He can turn up and down this world. He can quickly go to another world and come back soon. He is so powerful. He was traveling to other worlds to understand the world and preach the Dhamma, having told the nature of those worlds and the difficulty and suffering of the human life to our people. But he was very keen in controlling his emotions and all those things. There is an incident. You see, Venerable Maha Moggallana is blue in color in the statue. Is it really true color of Venerable Maha Moggallana? Yes or no? Yes or no? No. Who says you no? You say no, someone say no, someone say don't know, someone say yes. Someone say we never met him. Really, what do you feel? Is it his real color? No. If someone has beaten you, what happened to your body? Getting blue. In the same manner, if there is such kind of color in his body, there is a story behind that. What happened? What happened? Do you know this story? Listen to me carefully. I'll tell. Marriage life is so dangerous. Marriage is so dangerous because of this. That's why we encourage you to live the lay life and become an ordained person. So, in his previous lives, his wife insisted him to ill-treat his parents. And parents were blind. Old and blind, they cannot go here and there. The wife doesn't want to keep her in-laws at home. What happened? Always wife insisted him, nothing to do. He brought his parents outside of the home and he has beaten them to cause the death. As a result of that, in this life, even though he is the most powerful person next to the Buddha in terms of physics power, he was beaten by group of thieves. Group of thieves to cause the death. That is the simple, in brief, the story. You can read, go and read. The story can be found. So, there, at the end of his beating, once he was getting beaten, his body became blue. But remember, he is the most powerful person in terms of physical powers. He can turn up and down this world. He can turn up and down this world. What is samadhi there? Wait, I'll tell. So, he understood the feeling, the bitter feelings of beating, but he never told and he controlled his mind to face the challenge. He can turn up and down this world. He can change everything at a moment. But he never did. Why? He controlled having seen the previous karma. Previous karma, if there is something to happen, even though you are an arahant because of your previous bad behaviors, so you cannot control. So he understood, he controlled his mind. That shows his samadhi attitudes, emotions towards the previous karma. On the other hand, in terms of panya, he understands the reality in this world. It should happen, cannot stop, and that is the karma. He analytically understands the Dhamma. Dhamma means he trusts action and reaction. Action and reaction. If you have done any action, you have a reaction. So he has done a bad action in his previous lives, so he got the bad action or reaction. He understands the Dhamma that from this point his samadhi is visible, control in mind to accept the challenge. On the other hand, he understands the reality. So that's how Venerable Maha Moggallana. In terms of the panya, in case of Venerable Sariputta, you go to the Tripitaka, there is a list of the suttas uttered by Venerable Sariputta, Sangeeta Sutta, and also Sampasadaniya Sutta in Digha Nikaya. Sampasadaniya Sutta, Sangeeta Sutta, Dasuttara Sutta, Majjhima Nikaya Dhammadayada Sutta, Anangana Sutta, Sammaditthi Sutta, Ratavinita Sutta, Mahahatti Padopama Sutta, Maha Gosinga Sutta, Maha Vedalla Sutta, Gulissani Sutta, Dhananjani Sutta, and Channovada Sutta, Satchavibhanga Sutta, Anathapindikovada Sutta. All these are from Digha Nikaya, Majjhima Nikaya, Sangyutta Nikaya, Anguttara Nikaya and Kuddaka Nikaya. We can find the discourses uttered by Venerable Sariputta and Venerable Maha Moggallana. That means this, when we come to Maha Moggallana Sutta, Kolita Sutta, uttered by Venerable Maha Moggallana, they are showing the analytical knowledge of the Buddha, analytical knowledge of Venerable Moggallana and Venerable Sariputta. If you can analyze the Dhamma, if you can classify the Dhamma, if you can explain the Dhamma, that is called wisdom. So that wisdom they had. Whatever they preached or uttered, the Buddha also, without changing any word, he accepted, saying that if I preach this, dear Venerable Sariputta, dear Venerable Maha Moggallana, I also preach the same way, so no need to preach the same thing twice, so I accept your preaching. That is how Venerable Sariputta's utterance, Venerable Maha Moggallana's utterance, Buddha accepted as his own doctrine. That shows their wisdom, analytical knowledge, what they have contributed to enhance the Buddha's sasana, to establish the sasana for a long time. In this way, in terms of Sila, Samadhi and Panya, we can examine their characters and see as the chief disciples. Now, you can understand this framework, Sila, Samadhi and Prajna. If Sila is visible, if Samadhi is visible, if Prajna is visible, from a character of a Buddhist monk, you can associate that person. In terms of all these three elements, these two characters are complete. That's why Buddha always say, Seveta Bhikkhave Sariputta Moggallana. He addresses the monks and says, dear monks, please associate Venerable Sariputta and Moggallana. Bhajata Bhikkhave Sariputta Moggallana. Live with them. Why? What is the reason? Pandita Bhikkhu Sariputta Moggallana. Pandita means the noble. Sariputta Moggallana are noble disciples. They assist their fellow monks and disciples and also students or whoever come to them, they assist. This is the word given by the Buddha to appreciate Venerable Sariputta and Moggallana. On one point, the Buddha says, Sayyatapi bhikkhave janeti evan Sariputto. About Venerable Sariputta. Sayyatapi bhikkhave janeti evan Sariputto. What is the meaning? Monks, Venerable Sariputta is just like the mother who gives the birth to the sons or children. He is just like a mother for you. And also, Sayyatapi bhikkhave jatas apadeta evan moggallano. Sayyatapi bhikkhave jatassa apadeta evam moggallano. The Buddha appreciates Venerable Maha Moggallana, saying that what? Venerable Maha Moggallana is a mother just like who feeds their kids. Venerable Sariputta is compared to a mother who gave the birth to the children. That means he produced so many noble disciples. And Venerable Moggallana is compared to a mother who feeds their children, her children. So, they do their practices, duty and responsibility just like a mother for the disciples of the Buddha. They are like mothers to Buddha's disciples. If you feel, if your daughter or son or whoever, in case of your children, if you want to go out, you have to keep your kids with them. How do you choose? You will understand who can take care of my children just like me as a mother. Then you will give the responsibility. In the same manner, in the Buddha's order, wherever Buddha visits, the responsibility is given to Venerable Sariputta and Moggallana to decide what they should do with the monks. The Venerables, the two chief disciples, were experts in deciding those things. They took care of Buddha's disciples just like mothers of the children. That's how they have been playing their sacred and noble roles in Buddha's order. That's how we have the Buddha's order today. They are so grateful people. Venerable Sariputta, once he was ready to say goodbye to this world, Parinibbana, he went to see his mother, Sari, Brahmin woman Sari. She got 7 children, including Venerable Sariputta. Including Venerable Sariputta, she got 7 children. All the 7 children were who? Arahants. Arahants. Have you heard about? First one is the eldest one is Venerable Sariputta. Second one is the Arahant Upasena. We call Vangantaputta, Arahant Vangantaputta. Then Venerable Chunda. Samanuddes also we call. And Venerable Kadiravaniya Revata. Arahant Venerable Kadiravaniya Revata. His brothers. And he got sisters also. Chala. Chala Teri, Upachala Teri, and Sisupachala Teri. They all were Arahants. And the disciples of the Buddha, having followed their elder brother, Sariputta. But even though the children were Arahants, mother is not an Arahant, mother is not a Buddhist or the follower of the Buddhism or Buddha. She was a follower of Hinduism, the religion of Brahmins. At the end, the Buddha gave the permission, Venerable Sariputta, when he requested, I need to preach the Dhamma to my mother and see her before my Parinibbana. The Buddha gave the permission. Venerable Sariputta went to visit his mother at home. He was visiting there. Different gods come and respect. This is the last moment of the life of the main or chief disciples of the Buddha in this world. The second person in this world. He is second to the Buddha only. Buddha only. Then what he did? He was talking with the mother, and different colors come and respect him, the different gods. Mother asks, who is this son? This is this god. This is this god. Mother thinks, my son is higher than this god, so I am lucky. Then the king Sakka comes and respected him, the king of the gods, and circle around him for 3 times as a respect. For the last time, he went out, disappeared. Then the mother asks, who is that? This is the king of the gods, King Sakka, God Sakka. Then mother thinks, my son is higher than the king of the gods also. At the end, the king of the Brahma world, Mahabrahma, is coming, her religious leader. Then he also respected the Venerable and went out. Then she asks, who is that? That is Mahabrahma. Then she asks, is that my religious leader? Yes, mom, that's your religious leader. Then mother thinks, Ayyo, my son is higher than my religious leader, so I should drop him, I should follow my son. My son is higher. I was ignorant to follow this God. At this moment, mother asks, who is your teacher? Is there anybody higher than you? Yes, mom, I have. That is the Buddha who lives in Jetavana monastery. Then he preached. Mother attained the Sotapattipanna, and Venerable Sariputta permanently said goodbye to sansaric life. Sansaric life. Even he was very humble to accept anyone's instruction, even from a novice monk, small, and he had a bigger respect from the bottom of heart for Venerable Arahant Assaji. Even when he was sleeping, he never put his legs to the directions where Venerable Assaji was living. Always put his head to that direction. Being the chief disciples, see how they behave, how they highlighted their sila, samadhi and prajna and noble qualities like gratitude, patience. Have you visited India? Anybody? Have you gone to Ananda Bodhi tree in Jetavana monastery? Do you know the story about Ananda Bodhi tree? Buddha lived in one place for 3 months during the rainy seasons. Out of that other months, he went here and there to preach the Dhamma. So Buddha was absent in Jetavada monastery, but the people come and see. You see, you come to the temple, you want to see Chief Reverend is absent. What happened to you? You feel upset. The people also felt upset in that way. Then Venerable Ananda understood that and proposed the Buddha, dear Venerable Sir, people come to see you, but you are not here. What shall I do? Give something for them to at least to see on behalf of you and respect you. Then Buddha asked to plant a seed of the sacred Bodhi tree in Jetavana monastery. Then people can respect the Bodhi tree on behalf of him. He told Venerable Maha Moggallana. Venerable Maha Moggallana took his bowl and went to the sacred Bodhi tree, determined, using his miracle powers, a seed from the sacred Bodhi tree may come to my bowl and become a plant. It happened. Then he came to the Jetavana monastery. That plant he has given to Venerable Ananda and told him to plant in the Jetavana monastery. So as Venerable Ananda suggested that one and proposed the project, Venerable Maha Moggallana allowed him to name the project and the Bodhi tree in his own name. His own name, called the Ananda Bodhi, to respect that idea. When it happened, Venerable Ananda was not an Arahant, remember. But Venerable Maha Moggallana was so humble to respect this idea and prioritize Venerable Ananda, being a chief disciple, and let him name the Bodhi tree as Ananda Bodhi. If you did, you will ask, okay, I am the person who did this, please use my name. Please use my name. Like that. I know the physical body does not belong to you, but you name, you put the name tag on the body. In that way, Venerable Maha Moggallana didn't use his name also, because the plant, a seed became a plant because of his miracle power. He is the person who turned the seed into a plant. Even today also in the premises of Jetavana monastery, the Bodhi tree lives to bless us. To bless us. That is the power of Venerable Maha Moggallana. He never used his name. He just respected the idea. So humble. Noble qualities. Those are Sila, Samadhi, and these characters are examined in that way. So, if you want to end up this sansaric journey as a noble disciple of the Buddha, absorb these qualities. Become a good monk. Show your true sila, samadhi and panya for others to enhance their skills in Dhamma, and you can enhance your qualities also, and you can attain the Nibbana. I think this is enough. Yes, one question.
The reason why he got the blue-black physical features is due to the physical and psychological abusive influence of the wife, and the moment he died, he was physically also abused and by the bandits. And from what I understand, before he died, he was also physically abused by the bandits.
He became blue because of the beaten by the group of thieves. Understand? So that is because of the previous akusala karma, he has beaten his parents. So because of beating, the body got blue. Before that, he had a normal color. Understand?
So he only became blue-black the moment he died, or he became blue-black even before he died?
Before he died. His death happened because of beating. The beating is the reason or the cause for his death, but he is an arahant. On the spot he was beaten, he must die, but using his physical power, he came to see Buddha and got the permission for parinibbana.
So throughout his life, his skin color was a normal skin color.
Normal.
Only at the moment of his death, he got a blue-black skin color.
Yeah.
Is that, yeah. Okay.
Don't think of his color. That is just akusala kamma. Akusala kamma. You ask someone to slap you, what happens? Your body will become red.
Yeah, I was just wondering, is it throughout his lifetime, or is it only...
No lifetime. I said that's why after beating. I don't know how many people beat him on one point. Only one time. It happened once only. So many low questions you are raising. One time only. Not every time people come and beat him. Don't think so. We cannot go to him. He understands finally that is his previous karma. That's why he let it happen. If not, he doesn't. He can turn this world up and down. Remember. If there is someone who can turn this world up and down, that is Venerable Moggallana. Don't forget that. That's why he concentrated, he controlled his mind and let it happen and understand the Dhamma. That is his wisdom. Not funny, very deep.
Bhante?
Okay.
Bhante, one question. Just now you said that Venerable Sariputta has sisters who also became Arahant. But initially, Bhante was saying that ladies cannot become Arahant.
I didn't say ladies cannot become Arahant. I think you were sleeping. You were sleeping. I never told ladies cannot become Arahant. I said ladies cannot become Buddhas in female form. Remember, in female form, anybody cannot become Buddha, so Pacceka Buddha, so individual Buddha, or Chakravarti Raja. You were sleeping. So I reduced your mark.
Please forgive me, Bhante.
I never said. That's why I keep in it as a separate topic. About the female life, we'll do another Dhamma talk in the future about that. I promise that I'll do not in immediate time, but I'll take time with my studies. That is another topic. But if you want to become a Buddha, you have to have a male form. That is what I highlighted. Yes.
Bhante, you say to become Arahant, they must keep at least 8 precepts, not 10 precepts. I mean, the Arahant...
Don't misunderstand. At least 8 precepts. 8 precepts means the behaviors of the Arahants. You go and see the Visokaposata Sutta in Sangyutta Nikaya. It categorizes 3 types of precepts or the observance. One is Gopalaka Uposatha, Nigantu Uposatha, Arya Uposatha. Once again, the Arya Uposatha is divided into 6. Brahmo Uposatha, Dhammo Uposatha, Sangho Uposatha, Silo Uposatha, Devatano Uposatha, and Arya Uposatha. Arya Uposatha means 8 precepts. What you observe as Panatipata to those 8 precepts are the behaviors of the Arahants. I said, if you want to become a driver, you have to go to driving college and get a training. In the same manner, if you want to become an Arahant, you have to copy their behaviors and train yourself. Sotapan is achievements, not training. Not training. That is another topic. Another topic. I told about the Sila. Sila is the behaviors. Understand? Don't try to mix Arahanthood, Sotapanna state and Sila. Sila, Samadhi and Prajna, we need to attain Sotapanno, become an Arahant, to purify life. So those are separate topics. Okay, thank you very much. May you be well and happy, may you be free from suffering, may you end up this sansaric journey immediately, and may you attain Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And, yes. Dutiyampi, Tatiyampi we can add to highlight what time you are repeating. That is not a fault, that is correct. But reading much Pali terms in your case, we think it is difficult for you. That's why we give like this. Just simple understanding. Okay, Okasa dwarattena katang sabbang aparadang kamata me bante. Okasa kamami bante. That's enough. You recite 3 times. If you want to recite, just Ayya said, Dutiyampi okasa dwarattena katan sabbang aparadang kamata me bante. Okasa kamami bante. Tatiyampi okasa dwarattena katan sabbang aparadang kamata me bante. Okasa kamami bante. That's all. Simple. Did you understand? Is it clear? No problem? Thank you very much. Okay, let me share the merits. Let me share the merits. May you be well and happy. May you end up sansaric journey. May you attain Nibbana. May all the departed ones be well and happy. May they attain Nibbana. May all the deities be well and happy. May they attain Nibbana. May all the beings attain Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you.